Hey, bro. So I get really anxious when talking to people. I didn't know what to say. I'd sort of just say what felt right at the time, and I might say something that was so out of place that people would just like stop talking to me, and I'd feel super awkward. I'd just feel like I'd failed, and I felt so bad about myself. And I used to, when I was working at this shitty place, people used to like kind of bully me, put me down, and it just wasn't a great place to be in. And I thought that was normal, so that was not good. Now that I know that I've experienced life a bit more now, because at my workplace now, people are usually pretty friendly and talkative, and they're just decent people. And at the other old place I used to work at, I used to drink so much during the night and talk to myself, play video games. I was just being a total loser by myself. So when the morning came, I wouldn't be so anxious at work because I'd be still drunk. It, yeah, it was. I had a super hard time. So I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it's a lot better now. That's for sure. So the way I cured my social anxiety early was to do cardio. So make sure you're really pushing yourself, like doing, if you're running for, say, half an hour, like doing, say, 5 minute kilometers or 5 to 6 minute kilometers for half an hour, that really makes you feel amazing after you finish doing that. And because I felt so amazing, I would stop being scared of people, and I would actually have this strange feeling that I'd actually want to talk to people. So my people skills were definitely getting better, but they really took off when I quit all the bad dopamine. So like video games, mindless social media, obviously drinking. I stopped drinking, and then I started doing the good habits, which was meditating. Started reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I started applying How to Win Friends and Influence People as much as I could, and I started to seek out people to talk to all the time. So whenever there was an opportunity, I would physically, use the principle of smiling in the How to Win Friends and Influence People, and look for people that look like they want to talk, and then I just start talking to them, just random stuff. But you just really have to put yourself out there. But the book is really helpful. It helps you a lot with that. And I would also keep an engagement book which lists all the engagements that I thought were important. And then what you do is you list all the mistakes, like after it happens, obviously, it might be the next day or at night, you would put all the mistakes of the engagement that you had with that person, and then you would put down what you did right and what ways you can improve. So that's one little book, I guess you could call it. Just make a notepad for that, and then I'd cross-check with all the principles in the book, which I'll read them out for you. Is the fundamentals are: don't criticize, condemn, or complain. So these are the fundamentals of dealing with other people. Give honest, sincere appreciation. That's number two. And then number three is arouse in the other person an eager want. And the nine principles to make people like you is to become genuinely interested in other people. So that's, I guess you could call that number 1. And number 2 is smile. Number 3, remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. And number 4 is be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. And number 5 is to talk in terms of the other person's interests. And number 6 is to make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. And 7, the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it, so don't argue, it's completely pointless. And number 8 is to show respect. That's 9. Oops. Is to show respect for the other person's opinion and never say you're wrong. And it should be number 9, I think. Yeah, anyway. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and empathetically. So, just say you're driving a taxi and you take the wrong turn, and the person starts getting really mad because he's running late, and he starts swearing at you, and you could just say to him, "Look, I really stuffed up. I should give you all your money back," and just say they should take my license away, or I don't know, just make up something that is like the extreme version of what would happen if you did something wrong. So you just quickly just let it out. And there's about 18 more principles, but they're for leadership and winning people to your way of thinking. So just start with the basics first. And another great and simple quote from the book that's quite easy for me to remember is to be interesting, be interested in others. It's really simple and it makes sense. I mean, it didn't really make sense to me about 10 years ago, but thank you to this book. It's made my social anxiety, just social skills, so much better. And I also keep an accomplishments book which lists all the accomplishments, like with the specific time, the location, the dates where you did the right thing in the book and it was successful. So yeah, so my camera just froze, but I don't know when it froze. So I'm a bus driver, right? And I started smiling to everyone, which was actually really hard for me to do at the beginning because I'm not used to smiling. And when a pretty girl would like give me this massive smile back, I would note that down. Anyway, that's my little. If you like the video, and then subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Take care, guys, and best of luck on your self-improvement.